Mr. Gary Morton, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Morton is a big part of the show tonight, too, huh?
Thank you very much, and a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all so very much for coming here for the Lucy Show. How many people are visiting? Do we have quite a few visiting, Roy?
I didn't have.
You didn't have? How many people are visiting from different cities and places? Raise your hands. Good. I'm just going to pick one out. The lady in the pink back there. Where are you from, darling? Canada? It's Alberta, Canada. It's 3 degrees below zero. And I'm sorry that our weather here is so upsetting today. I feel like I'm on the Chamber of Commerce for California. It wasn't beautiful today. Isn't this weather out here is really something in California. For you people that are visiting, I heard the weather report for tomorrow is going to be 80. 50 during the day and 30 at night. Do you know what I love? No. What do you love? I love the way they advertise out here. Everything is a big thing in California. You know, they advertise beautiful Hollywood, California, Forest Lawn, as you know. If you're going to go, that's the way to go. You know, even before you go, they show you where you're going to go. Like I said, like Jack Benny one day, we were talking, and Jack Benny says, you know, I'm really sick of what they tell you to do out here. And George Burns said to him, Jack, you can't take it with you. And Jack Benny says, if I can't take it with me, I'm not going to go. 2, 3, 4. But I'm going to say, oh, relax, I feel so good. Oh, do you want to buy a home in California? If you're out here visiting, man, make a suggestion. You'll meet the real estate men, and they're very, very nice. And you go to the Hollywood Hills, because everyone says you have to go to the Hollywood Hills, see the beautiful scenery, the beautiful places to go. So you go up there and you see a beautiful home, and the guy says, how much is the house? He says, well, this house will cost you about $96,000 with a view of the valley and the Sunset Strip. He says, that's too much. He says, why don't you wait until the rains come? You can pick it up in the valley for $22,000. 2, 3, 4. Well, how many? I feel so good. I was out on a golf course this morning. I'm a golf nut. And I came in with an 84. He was a nice old man. And how many other people are visiting? Raise your hand. I want to see. Yes, where are you from, young lady? Chicago. Oh, that's beautiful in Chicago. A little rain and wind and what have you. And that starts the strikes all over the world. You can't get home. There's what they call a sick out. So you can't get home. I have a friend here from New York. He was supposed to leave today, and he can't get home. And that's what he keeps telling his wife. He says, I don't know what it is. I can't get home. She says, where are you calling from? He says, I'm in a little place. No one's around, and the music is wailing, and he's swinging. And he says, well, I'm in the music business, and one of those things. Where somebody else had their hand up. Yes, sir, in the back. St. Louis, Missouri? I worked in St. Louis at the Chase Hotel. Do you know what the Chase Hotel is? Is it Kings Highway? Look at this kid from St. Louis. You don't know where is it the Kings Highway? Am I right? It's St. Louis? Good. Look how he asked his father. Is it there? Look at this. I'm talking to a 4-year-old kid. He don't even know. He's not St. Louis. And an archway in St. Louis is beautiful. That's very good. Where else? Someone else. Yes, where are you from?
Orange, California.
Orange, California. Orange, California. Did you ever see an audience get such a chill? And how choked up they are that you're from Orange, California, but it is pretty. Are you really from Orange? Is there a city or a town called Orange, California? Is it really? My mother-in-law just says, certainly, and if she says it, you're from there. Really? Where is it near? Where is Orange, California near? Disneyland. That we know. And you can't say I'm from Disneyland, because they figured you're going to come out and say M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-C. 2, 3, 4. Listen, as we go on, hello, Willie. How are you, darling? As we go on with the show, but you know who it is. His initials are R-A-L. Everybody's going, who's R-A-L? No, it is Sammy Davis Jr. He's our special guest star. Now, that was kind of groovy when I mentioned his name. You did a very nice job in that. But when he comes out in the show, his kid just did a tape. One of Sammy's kids just said, Dad's working. You want to see 3 beautiful children. That is Sammy's joke. Can they stand up and take a bow? All right? Look at these beautiful children. Come on, kids, stand up and take a bow. Look at that. Turn around and say hello to the audience. And his lovely wife and a great actress, Miss Mai Britt. Mai, would you stand up, Ellen, and take it down? Listen, there's a gentleman sitting in the audience that is really the reason for Mr. Davis being in show business. And the man who has trained Sammy since he was the size of his little son over there. And when I went backstage, I said, "Uncle, you remember me?" And he said, "Yeah, I remember you, Copacabana, Las Vegas, Sands Hotel. We worked together a lot, and we did 25 years ago, 24 years ago. And I'm very happy that he's here tonight because in the early days of the billing, it was called the Will Maston Trio, featuring Sammy Davis Jr. And I'd like you to meet Mr. Will Maston. Will, would you stand up and take a bow? Thank you, Will. We are excited about Sammy. Now, there's one thing you're not going to see in tonight's show that I must tell you that happened the other day due to conditions that came up. There is an ending to this show. So when you see it at home, when it will be on the air, at the end of the very last scene, we do have a cameo that was filmed Wednesday afternoon with Mr. Buddy Hackett. Now, the reason he couldn't be here tonight is because he went to Duke University to lose some weight. Now, I gotta tell you, there's no one in the world like Mr. Buddy Hackett because he goes on a rice diet. That's what he says. I says, "You're going to Duke University in North Carolina for what?" He says, "I'm on a rice diet." I says, "All rice? That's all you do, buddy? You eat nothing but rice?" He says, "Yeah, but I do a lot of shirts. And I do a lot of things there that are unbelievable." Because besides the rice diet, he went on the water diet. And the water diet wasn't too bad, except every time he went somewhere, he felt like he was going while he was walking. Now, that loses a lot in the retelling. But if you heard Buddy say it, oh boy, would you flip. Let me see what else I want to tell you. Oh, some of our other guest stars. I don't know if you read in the papers, but we're kind of excited. And the reason I'm putting my hand in my pocket, because we were very fortunate about 2 weeks ago to meet Mr. and Mrs. Burton. And Elizabeth and Rich, I call him Richie. Elizabeth and Richard will be on our show in about May 11th or May 12th. And we're kind of excited about that. And that's the type of reaction I want. You're stunned. I don't want any more reaction than to say, "Boy, he's coming." You will walk like that, I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to introduce you because it's very rare we get such a great actress and an Academy Award winner as this young lady. One of the finest actresses, and I'm very happy she's here tonight to watch the Lucy Show, Miss Patty Duke. Patty Bell.
Come on, stand up and take a bow, Patty.
You got better reception than Richard and Liz. Yeah, that's right, you're here. So I must tell you a note that Lucy and myself got in the mail last week. We received some flowers, and in the flowers was "Dear Lucy and Gary," and this is legit. This is a little printed note. It says, "Dear Lucy and Gary," and underlined he says, "Don't forget, good parts." You know, it's nice of Dick to say, you know, Richard said, "Don't forget good." Affectionately to you both, Richard Burton. And underneath, I love what he wrote. He says, "Forget the pencil, can't afford a Parker." Thank you. Actually, what he says, "Forget the pencil because where Elizabeth keeps me, I can't use any sharp implements." Okay. 2, 3. Now, this show tonight, I think you're going to love, and I want the same thing. Are you people on strike, or are you on a tour? You're from St. Louis. You're the guy from St. Louis. See, I knew it, and that's the other. You from St. Louis, too? Oh, you mean they picked you up? You picked them up. This is a swinging town. You know how to do it. I want you to meet some of the people that are appearing. What are you filming? What is this? The show isn't even on. You mean you're filming me? You mean you're filming my warm-up?
Yes, sir.
I had no idea. Really? Oh. Hi there. Gosh, I didn't know that. Isn't that wonderful? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Make believe I just walked out. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Gee, it's a wonderful feeling to know that you're all here. Really, you're filming me? Yeah. And my mother thinks I'm in Cleveland selling dope. Okay, that's the cue. I hear it back there. Here are some of the people that are appearing in tonight's show. When I introduce them, they come through the curtain, ladies and gentlemen. I like a nice hand. The first, a very fine actor we've used on the Lucy Show many times. A great guy. A nice hand, if you please, from Mr. Irwin Sharon. Irwin, come on out. Take it up. A few weeks ago, we wanted a fellow to play a part, and we said, where is he? And he was in New York. We called New York, and we said, Elliot, will you please come out and do it? The other night in a movie, he was with Mr. Doris Day. Oh, God. He was with Rock Hudson and Doris Day in a movie. He's a fine actor. He's appeared on our show many times because he is one of the nicest men you'd ever want to meet. Mr. Elliot Reed. Elliot, come on out and take it out.
The end of this tape is for camera roll 8.
A big boy at home that they're very proud of. He's part of a trio called Dino, Desi, and Billy, but for the past 2 years, I thank you so much for accepting him on Here's Lucy as you have. A nice hand, if you please, for Mr. Desi Arnett. Here is one of the nicest men you'd ever want to meet. We used to call him the Meanie Mooney Money Man, ladies and gentlemen. I know you love him as much as we do, Mr. Gail Gordon. Gail, come on out. When I heard a cue back there that went, yeah, that is the cue to get moving, and I want you to meet the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Here's Lucy, Miss Lucille Ball. Lucy, darling, come on out. Take it back. Yeah! Awesome!
Hello, you got a hot audience here tonight.
Oh,
huh?
they are adorable.
Did you introduce my mother?
No, I left that for you.
Stand up, show them how pretty you are, Dee Dee. Where?
Right here's my with
Oh,
the
for heaven's sake. Hi, Mike.
Look at those. And
Did
the
you
cute-
introduce the children?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
The little one went, ta-da!
Nice to see you. We have a lot of good friends in the audience tonight, and we have a real big show for you. So let's get on with it, huh? Okay?
Okay, Doc.
Thank you, sweetie.